With any hunt, you can be sitting there and it can be nothing's going on. You feel like you're out there alone in the woods and there's nothing within, a mile of you.
I think that was ducks. Sorry.
And all of a sudden, walking up to the coyote was ecstatic. All the pursuit that went into it, all the setups we did this year. You could tell it's a wild dog based on the smell. That was a little sensory input that I didn't expect at all. It felt like a whole big culmination of the season, kind of right at the end coming together.
Came out right in the corner.
I was ecstatic. The first of any new species is a really exciting thing.
First coyote.
That pungent odor, kind of hit me, and then I feel like I was smelling it all the rest of the day, so. My name is Billy Duffert, and I have been hunting since I was probably 7 or 8 years old. I was one of those kids that was running around with an air rifle, trying to get on anything they could, squirrels, chipmunks, Tweety birds, unfortunately, but that's how we all learn, I guess. I was fortunate to have a family that did it. My dad was really into it when I was a kid, so he got me out in the woods, and I had a hankering to be out there from the time I was very young.
Sometimes, like in the woods, it looks more like kind of a bird fluttering, fox, bobcat, and then I was using like different rabbit distresses and bird distresses.
Sitting there, pre-coyote, I try to stay in a position where I have to do relatively minimal movement. A lot of time you're just sitting there, eyes peeled, trying to evolve into some cat-like species with better vision to pick something out that you haven't seen yet. It's a mind game for sure to stay involved. That's the difference between a lot of the time getting it and not getting it. In this instance, it wasn't, but there's plenty of instances where you catch one little flick of movement because you've kept yourself engaged.
So our wind's going like that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we're trying to call stuff in from down there.
Down there.
Yeah.
We knew that coyotes were always around, just because they're so abundant here that it was always a potential, but a bobcat was the number one. So that was really the catalyst to get me serious about predators this year.
So this spot, we have had one come in here before and just wouldn't quite get close enough, so hopefully.
There's a lot of things that want to eat ducks. There's a lot of things that want to eat deer. There's a lot of things that want to eat turkeys. And so they're just kind of natural prey animals that live their life looking over their shoulder, waiting for whatever's coming next to try and eat them. And a predator is kind of the opposite. I don't want to say fearless, but they just don't move through the woods the same way. They seem like they're a lot smarter because they have to also catch prey animals to survive. The way that they think about things seems to be so much different than conventional prey animals. In this instance, we had a hungry, dominant coyote that heard our call and was ready for a meal. He just came in real hard, real fast, on just a string coming right to the decoy. Luckily, our setup with the wind and the terrain was just perfect, and he got within 6-7 feet of the exact spot of the collar, so just did it perfectly. Kind of sitting against a tree, pull the gun up, put it on it, and it was straight on to me, so I didn't really want to take that shot. The gun was off a little bit, that I didn't want it to, so I waited till it turned slightly quartering towards me. I got a nice good shot kind of on the shoulder and took it. Thankfully the gun was right on, so it was, you know, on perfectly right where I was aiming. People have been hunting for a long, long, long time, longer than we've really been doing anything else. That's what I enjoy most about it, is just the primal nature of it. No matter what kind of hunting you're doing, it's rarely ever easy. So if you want to do something that's difficult and worthwhile, but will also connect you to your innate humanness, there's not a better activity for it.
So I'm kind of scanning the left of us, and all of a sudden I go back to the collar, and he's like 15 yards off the collar, just like in stalk mode, and I'm like, okay, here we go. So
I had the red dot right between his eyes, running in the whole way. And I was like, okay, if he gets to belly, or if he gets to call and tries to spook, I'm gonna just let it rip.
Yeah.
And you did the work.